All right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Chris Fastine. I'm the board treasurer of the OUTshine LGBTQ plus film festival. And we're so excited to be doing a Q&A for Socks on Fire. Um, we definitely want to send a special shout out to our presenting sponsors, Gilead Sciences, Broward County Cultural Division, as well as Culture Builds Florida. We are so grateful for your support and funding that really makes our organization and the wonderful work we get to do possible. Also, a special thanks to any of our producer circle members who are out there listening today. And for those of you who have come to our movies and aren't a member, please consider joining us. It's a great way to get further involved with our wonderful organization. And obviously, there's a lot of real fun and great perks and events that come along. Great, but without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in the director and writer of Socks on Fire, Bill McGuire, as well as the producer, Tatiana Bears. Hey, Bo.
Hey.
Hey, Tatiana.
Hi.
Great to see you. Maybe just first, can you tell us where you are joining us from today?
I'm joining from my house we call the Slack Shack in Gadsden, Alabama, where the whole movie was made and the whole crew lived and ate and dreamed out of.
Great.
And I'm in Brooklyn, New York. Not quite as fun as the Slack Shack, to be honest.
Excellent, excellent. So great to have you both on today. Yeah, I guess it's pretty obvious from the film, but just tell us a little bit about the inspiration and how the movie came about and how you decided to make a film about your about this family of yours.
Yeah, I mean, the inspiration and like the movement towards making the film was all out of necessity. I had this drama going down in my family, a very personal drama that was really involved my mom and my uncle, but I felt very protective and possessive over my grandmother's legacy. So as my aunt sort of became administrator of the estate and kicked my Uncle John out of the house, I sort of thought, what can I do with this? And I just decided to take a camera down to Alabama with some really good folks and see what we could capture down there on film. Yeah, so out of necessity, there was nothing else to do. I had no more money. I had a feature film I wanted to make, but no money to make it with. So this instead.
And Tatiana, how did you get involved in the project?
I went to school with the cinematographer Matt Clegg and the editor Max Allman. So we kind of had our own little film tribe already, and that's how I got introduced to Bo. Matt was like, he needs a producer, he needs to get this amazing film going. And of course, as soon as I heard Bo's voice and saw the small amount of footage that he had, I was like, this is a movie that needs to be made and needs to be out there, and hopped right in. Yeah.
Great. What was it like? I mean, I guess it seems like your family had been preparing for this film for years because you had so much great footage. How was it like, I guess, Bo, to gather all of that kind of that raw sort of footage of your family over the years? And I guess there must have been filmmakers or people who like to record. How was that process for you?
Yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, we always say that my nanny, my grandmother, is the silent executive producer of Socks on Fire. And so in a way, this movie had been being made for years without me. Oh, there's my face. Looks so beautiful. So I guess it was great. I mean, it was the very first thing I did before I even knew I was making this movie. I was digitally transferring those VHS files onto a hard drive just so I would have them, and just realizing the wealth of my family and seeing us in all our best moments and also some of our most candid moments was lovely, and sort of unlocked that there was a wealth of characters in my family and a wealth of loving each other and of seeing each other and wanting to highlight each other. And I always say, I don't know why there is so much of it, other than I can think that maybe when the camcorder came out, it was the first time my grandparents could actually afford that kind of technology. They wouldn't have been people who would have a Super 8 camera and could afford that and could afford the footage and getting it developed and all that. So I think once they got that technology in their hands, they just wanted to use it all the time. So the video camera, the camcorder was another member of the family. Somebody always had it in their hands. Usually it was Papa, my grandfather, but also some of that footage is shot by Dad and some of it even by Mom.
Okay, great. And tell us the significance of the title. I mean, I have some thoughts. I know I see like some of the closing images of the film, and there's scenes about like airing dirty laundry and stuff. But tell us a little bit about the significance of the title and how you came up with that.
Yeah, well, it really comes down to like that thing I say in the movie about Nanny never really wanting her dirty laundry aired in public. But here I am, her queer grandson, not only airing it, not only putting it out on the line for everyone to see, but setting on fire, making it into something new, and making it into something shiny and sparkly in the meantime. So it's just sort of like being a rebel, and also like none of these objects that we're fighting over really mean anything. We'd be much better off to just go set them out on fire and just have a conversation with each other about our feelings instead of working them out over these mundane objects, even though they're infused with like, I infuse them with queer meaning, with queer imagination, because of how I see them, how I see them working within my grandmother's legacy. But also, they're just socks. Like they can just be put out on a line and set on fire.
Yeah. Great. Tatiana, do you have a particular like favorite moment, or in the process of producing this film? Did you have a particular moment you want to share with our audience?
Well, I mean, meeting Mama and Dad for the first time, and Uncle John, of course, was incredible. I think it was immediately like being welcomed into this crazy, wonderful, loving family. And I think that moment really stuck out to me, just how easily we sort of joined and how welcoming they all were, and immediately, treating us like we were part of the family, even though we were sort of there to, capture them and maybe talk about things that they, might not always be ready to talk about. They were so open and wonderful. My favorite moment in the film, I think, and just the process of filming, was probably that moment with Chuck Duck, talking about Birmingham while he's getting into his Aunt Sharon look. I think that like really was a moment where we were like, sometimes it's in the in-between where you really capture some amazing moments. So we are always, ready to pick up a camera and go whenever one of those moments was going to start. And I think that was a pretty magical one.
Yeah, for sure. And has your I'm assuming both that your family has seen the film. Any reaction from them, or has there? I mean, even I guess with Aunt Sharon, has there been anything with her since the film?
Yeah, I was going to ask if you had any particular family members in mind when you're asking that question. Mom, I mean, everyone's seen it. Mom always says like she doesn't understand why anyone would want to watch this movie. It's just us being us. It's just our family. And then you have Uncle John, who's like on the other end of the spectrum, who's always been waiting for this moment, and is a character in his own right, and is a star in his own right. And then, yeah, I mean, I can tell you that Aunt Sharon has seen the film and she's not happy about it, but that's about all I can tell you on this day, right now, at this hour.
Got it. Okay. And I mean, I guess what's next for you? I mean, obviously, we're showing the film in our film festival. But what's next for the film?
Oh, we've been traveling around doing this Uncle John's Traveling Salvation show where we sort of pop up at film festivals or even like, at a dairy farm in Savannah. And we screen the movie. We also do drag performances beforehand. So, I mean, we're just going to keep doing that. We have to go to Charlottesville for Virginia Film Festival and then New Orleans. And then hopefully the tour will continue sometime next year and as part of an official distribution. But if people want to know more about the tour, they can sign up for our mailing list at socksonfirefilm.com or follow us on all social media at socksonfirefilm.
Great. Yeah, I guess I'll get the final word to both of you. Is there anything we've missed that you'd love to talk about, whether the film or something that you want the audience to go away with? I'll give you both the last word.
Oh, I just want an audience to walk away with love in their hearts, and also to know, I mean, I think that, so showing this in Florida and in the South in general is so important because I wanted both like Southerners and queer Southerners especially to see themselves reflected on camera in a film in a new way, in a way that promoted love and the joy that can be found here and the magic. But I also want, people from without this region to see another South that often gets eclipsed by the predominant narratives of this being a closed and conservative space.
Yeah, great. Tatiana, anything for you?
I can't say anything better than Bo. I feel like we should leave it on him. He's the poet.
Great. Hey, well, thank you both so much for your time and patience with us. We're so honored to have you always. It always makes our festival that much more special when we get to actually speak with the creative forces behind the films. So yeah, definitely to our audience watching, please make sure that you go and you check out Sucks on Fire, which will be streaming here very shortly. Please check out other events for our film festival. We're running through Sunday, the 24th of October. We've got a couple great events and parties coming up. So please join us, and we look forward to seeing you at the movies. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, goodbye.
Bye. Is this really goodbye?
It is goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
All right, we'll see you guys.
I know you don't want to believe it, but you got one bitch of a daughter.
All right now, got to pull ourselves together. It's time to clean house.
Jesus walked this lonesome valley.
I mean, he is trying to take everything that my mother has left for me.
It by himself.